Hey guys, I'm back from work, and I've had some time to play around with Update 3. Man, have things changed. Although caster Magicka-based DPS, like I showed in my earlier guide, may still hold the top spot, I'm here to show you guys that, in my opinion, 1.3 has made stamina-based builds viable for endgame PvE. This is good news for those of us who originally wanted to play a rogue-type character. In this guide, I'll be showing a dual-wield build that I've adopted and I've had success with through the use of rapid strikes and heavy attacks. Hope you enjoy. So first off, the abilities. So we have Reaper's Mark here. This ability is slotted for the 3% critical due to the pressure points passive and for the armor reduction. This ability seems to have more of an effect for some reason on stamina abilities. That might mean that mobs have a decent amount of defense but not much spell resistance. It boosts the DPS by a fair amount, and yes, you can easily survive trials without dying using this ability. Then we have Blood Craze. So like most DPS builds, you have your damage over time spell. This is it. This increases your DPS, gives you extra ultimate game, and also heals you. It's a solid ability. Now we have Incapacitate. So this ability decreases the time between attacks, and this can make your weaving faster. But note that it doesn't decrease the time between, or shorten the animation. So the speed increase doesn't matter that much, but what does matter is the passive 13% boost, or 12% in this case, boost to heavy attacks, which we will be using. Also, it's an assassination ability, so it gives another 3% crit. Now our main damage ability is Rapid Strikes. Not much to say here. It hits fast and increases attack speed, and can also be used to weave. And I'll show you how to do that later. Finally, Impale. It's our execute. It starts at 25% health and hits hard. This can boost your damage significantly in longer fights especially. Now for the ultimate, we have Flawless Dawnbreaker. For the 13% passive damage increase to weapon attacks, you really don't even use it, you just use the passive damage boost. Veil Blades can be an option too, but in all my tests, Flawless Dawnbreaker just seems to come out on top. It works really well with stamina builds. For the potions, we have the weapon crit pots, the tripots. These make your damage basically sustainable, so they're really important. Between Blood Craze's low cast and the gaps of time caused by the heavy attacks and the stand pots, you should have enough stamina to keep using rapid strikes. You could get similar DPS to this build just spamming rapid strikes, but you would run out of stamina pretty quickly. So this makes it sustainable. Okay, so now gear. Basically, I've found that a Hunding's Rage 5 set coupled with an Ashen Grip 4 set works the best. This gives you plenty of weapon critical and weapon damage, which we will be stacking, along with some stamina and health. As you can see, I've been testing with blue gear, but this makes little difference. I put infused on all my pieces, but infused on major pieces and divines on minor pieces might be more optimal. I have stamina enchants on all my pieces. And then for my jewelry, I have stamina, the stamina trait, and then the enchantment is weapon damage for all of them. For the weapons, I have dual daggers. So I use the daggers for the 10% crit from the twin blade and blunt passive. I found this to be better than the 5% damage boost from swords. I have the precise trait for the crit. And while we're here, I use the stamina and health food to get me where I want to be. So attributes. Now we have something a little bit different from the 49 health that is generally recommended for most builds. With 49 points in health, I found that I had 2.7k HP, whereas I only needed 2.4k HP to survive trials there. So instead, I put 20 points in stamina, and that equates to 200 extra points of stamina. And that soft caps my stamina, and I found a significant increase in damage across the board with greater sustainability. So yeah, the build is 29 health and 20 stamina. Now, weapon damage should be soft cap, because that's what we stacked, and also this build puts us around 80% weapon critical, since I use the Thief Mundus stone. So now an explanation of how the build actually works. So I'm at my trusty mammoths. Since I'm on the AD side, I don't have access to Simmer once I beat him, but I use these elite mammoths, and I test them across builds, so I test my different builds and consistently use these mammoths so I can compare the numbers. Basically what you're going to want to do is you start off with your Reaper's Mark, and then you pop Incapacitate and have that going. When you're running up, you use your Blood Craze, and you weave it with a heavy attack, and then you go into your Rapid Strikes, and you weave it, or animation cancel, whatever you want to call it, with heavy attacks. So how this works is it's actually opposite to what most people do for animation canceling. So usually animation canceling is a light attack followed by some sort of spell or ability that cancels the animation. In this build, you're going to use the ability first, so your Rapid Strikes, and then you're going to cancel it with a heavy attack. So how Rapid Strikes work is there's 6 consecutive hits. The first 5 are very fast little jabs, and then the last one you go in with 2 daggers and stab at the same time. You can't cancel the fast hits, but you can cancel the final 2 dagger blow thing, and that's what you're going to be doing. So you use Rapid Strikes, and you have your heavy attack button held down, and as soon as Rapid Strikes finishes, you let go of the heavy attack button, and it should perform a heavy attack almost instantly, and then you go into your next Rapid Strike. So just to illustrate that, Rapid Strikes, heavy attack, Rapid Strikes, heavy attack, Rapid Strikes, heavy attack, Rapid Strikes, heavy attack, and so on and so forth. So you can see how it basically, you have the fast part, and then it goes in with 2 daggers like that. So you want to avoid seeing the 2 daggers by using a heavy attack. So have it held down, start the heavy attack. So yeah, that's basically that. So then basically you want to keep your Blood Craze and Incapacitate up at all times, and how to do that is you weave it with a heavy attack every time. So let's say your Blood Craze just ran out of time and you want to apply it again, so you do a heavy attack, Blood Craze, heavy attack, and then you go back into your Rapid Strikes cycle. So it would look something like Rapid Strikes, heavy attack, Blood Craze, heavy attack, Rapid Strikes, so on and so forth. Same thing with Incapacitate. So just always weave them, and then once your enemy reaches below 25% health, then you go into the execute cycle, and you're going to be cycling light attacks with Impale. So basically light attack, Impale, light attack, Impale, and be ready for a big change in pace, because cycling light attacks is a lot faster, so you just kind of have to get used to that. And yeah, that's basically it. For the pots, you're going to want to use them on cooldown just to keep your stamina up. Alright, so now I'll show you how the whole build works from beginning to finish. So basically you apply your Reaper's Mark, get your Incapacitate going, Blood Craze, heavy attack, Rapid Strikes, heavy attack, Rapid Strikes, heavy attack, Rapid Strikes, heavy attack, Rapid Strikes, heavy attack, Impale, light attack, Impale. So that time I got about 1.1k DPS. I have my 3 DPS monitors here. So yeah, not bad. And you can't really expect to get the same amount of DPS in trials because obviously these mammoths don't compare to the bosses, but you'll get around pretty similar numbers. So now to see what this build is capable of. Basically, up next will be some screenshots of mammoth testing, and as well as maybe a sample video of mammoths and trials, just to give you an idea what kind of DPS this build is capable of.